a couple weeks ago, you got to do an episode without the runes. It was lit differently too. Was that kind of a nice break?
It was, for us on set, we'd been doing such intensity and doing so many things in one vein for so long. It was nice to kind of have a break and a relief, but it had its own kind of intensity and its own challenges as well. But it was so interesting to see everyone do something different, and I quite enjoyed it.
I mean, for Jace especially, because he had the lovely moment of the snap from terrified Jace, oh my god, this demon, what on earth is that, to why am I wearing a blazer?
Why am I in teal?
What's going on here? So it's just as an actor, it's a lot of fun to be able to do the kind of dichotomy of both sides.
Are you excited to work with any new characters in season 2 in particular?
We don't know what they are, but we're hoping that a couple are written in, and I know Ed has an idea about someone I know very well coming in and playing one of the characters. I don't know if that's going to work out, but it's going to be a lot of fun. It's always fun to introduce new things because otherwise it gets a bit boring. So it'd be great.
It always complicates things. The Shadow world is such an intricate place with so many connections that whenever a new character comes in, it just complicates things further and makes it more exciting.
How do you think Jason Clarke will react to the brother-sister bombshell? What are we going to see about that?
You'll find out in the next few episodes. There's not much we can say.
There's not a lot we can say. And again, we've been asked this a lot because that was the last episode that aired.
Right.
But there are more important things going on in the Shadow world for Jace and Clary than their relationship, both before they found out about the bombshell and now, obviously, afterwards as well. Valentine is still out there, he's still amassing an army, he's still a threat, so as far as the relationship goes, that gets kind of put on hold for a little bit because we have more important things to worry about, and then things take a turn, and then the season ends, and you'll see. That's all I'm going to say.
Interestingly enough, though, Clary's been sort of finding herself this whole season and dealing with the fact that Valentine's her father. Jace has just found this out, and so he's going through a lot of the same things that she went through in the first episode, so that'll be an interesting effect.
How has being a part of a show like this changed your life and your career?
It's definitely molded my career a little more. There are offers coming to my table that I never dreamed in a million years that I would be doing, and I'm jet setting all over the world, and I flying in first class for the first time. I grew up in a small town in Kent, you know what I mean? I grew up in Farmtown. I was never expecting to kind of rise to this, and it's amazing because it's spurring me on. It's encouraging me, and it's making me want to fight harder and appreciate more of the world around me and where the world has landed me.
And it's exciting too, looking forward to season 2 because we had such a great time and poured our heart and soul into making this first season. Moving forward, it'll be exciting to get back in and take what we've learned and what we've seen, what the fans responded to, and sort of continue to craft the show.
And what has it been like to attend conventions? This is like your third or fourth, isn't it?
It's my third.
My second.
Yeah. I'd done it once before, so I had Vampire Academy, which kind of warmed me up for the young adult fandom onslaught that was facing me. But yeah, so that kind of warmed me up. So I did New York Comic Con once before with that. So we did it again this year, and then this is my first LA convention. But it's incredible. We're meeting people who love what we do. You know what I mean? Like any other job in the world, day to day, you don't have people coming up to you saying, you're doing a good job. Like, we like what you do. You're doing well. And we just had 700 of them in a room saying, we like what you do. So it's very emotional, and it's really, it's almost quite hard to take in because I'm not used to that. So it's just a big thank you to the people who support us.
I always find it interesting because they have such a different perspective than we do. We've been living it, we've been experiencing it, and they've been observing it. So they see things and notice things and put things together that maybe we didn't because of how close we are to it. So and they're so knowledgeable about the world and all of the details of the story and the stories that are around it. I always try and talk to them and get their opinions on things just to see how they've been observing the show.
One of the great things about Clary is that she doesn't really fit like the Mary Sue archetype.
Yeah.
She makes mistakes, she can be a badass. How do you feel about her as a role model?
I think Clary's an amazing role model for young girls. So is Isabel, just simply because they're characters that are so passionate and they're smart, intelligent, strong women who aren't afraid to take chances and are reckless and are passionate, and they make mistakes. they learn things. They have to ask forgiveness. They have to learn to forgive themselves, and it's a learning process for these characters. And it's a very relatable arc, and I think that helps the narrative in a lot of ways.
What excites you the most about the season finale that's coming up?
I can't.
You know, I want to tell you. I want to tell you it all, and I just can't. But literally the last shot of the season, and it's selfish from my point of view, but the last shot of the season is kind of Game of Thrones shocker-esque. And it leads very directly into something that's going to happen in season 2. So I'm excited to see that.
That's what's great about the way the season ends, is it leads you right into the next chapter.
It's not something that can stop. Like
No.
it doesn't round itself out. It's not like this is where we were intending for the story to go. So yeah, I'm excited for people to see that.
So is it going to be a huge cliffhanger, or with
Absolutely.
dying
Huge,
over here?
epic proportions.
If there are any shows that are currently airing that now you're going to have a little break before you start filming, that you would like to do a guest spot on in your free time?
Oh man, my answer's always been the same. I would eat someone to be on The Walking Dead. Like me and my girlfriend. Yeah, I might have to, and I'm down. I'm down to do it. Like I watch it with my girlfriend weekly, and it's my absolute favorite show. So it would be that. So if the producers are watching, I would love for you to put me in the show at some point.
I am a huge Game of Thrones fan. I have such an admiration for that show in every aspect, and that would be a dream.
Has there been any funny moments on set or pranks?
Countless.
Yeah.
Pranks for this one.
There are pranks, and there are in the last episode we had a scene with Kat, myself, Isaiah, and Adam, who played Michael. And there was just something about that day. It was a long day. We've been doing stuff, and we just couldn't stop
We got the
laughing.
giggles.
Just couldn't stop laughing, and it was. I mean, it literally reached a point where it wasn't even about acting in the scene anymore. It was just about saying the right words after the person who was in front of you and just finishing the scene.
And it was such a heavy scene with a lot of information that needed to be delivered in a way
We had
that
to
was
stop. We had to
understandable.
completely stop and leave set and recenter and then come back and finish doing it.
We did it though, sort of.